Welcome back, Seeking Sister Wife. This is episode 2 of season 5. So the bottom line is we're committed. We're going to watch this show.
I was sold. I thought about it for this week and I wanted to know more. Especially based on the comments people left it made me excited to learn more.
Apparently it gets nuts. So we're in. Okay. Now, why are you wearing a hat, just out of curiosity?
I didn't want to do my hair.
So it was for your benefit to not see her wild mane, I guess.
Wasn't that part of the problem with Roberto, the language barrier and not fully understanding things between each other?
What do you think?
I'm having a hard time taking them seriously. What I can't figure out is why these are family members. So that's the wife's husband or a brother right there.
Yeah, I think they all are in business together.
But can you imagine if I tried to sell one of your brothers on the idea of I'm going to bring in a Brazilian woman into the family, and then your brother being like, "Hey man, whatever you want to do, it's just a little weird that there's a language barrier."
I'm really curious what would happen if you asked my brothers this exact question.
Yes.
Can we do this as an April Fool's next year?
Mm-hmm.
And remember it? Because we didn't do an April Fool's this year, but I think that would be the best April Fool's ever.
We'll just be like, we've been watching a lot of Sister Wives. And I think, we're in love with a woman, although we can't really communicate, but we are head over heels in love with her.
David, I'm so mad we didn't do it this year. It would have made so much sense.
Yeah, should we, actually...
Is she lying?
Dive into this fully?
She want to scam us?
Yeah.
So,
I swear, we're not stupid.
I'm trying to think of, what's the polite way of saying they're not stupid.
I was going to say, but, one time you were?
What? Sometimes your behavior seems...
But one time you were, right?
I'm feeling like I'm not ready yet, fully. For me, it's it's hard to just, I don't know, hard to trust people again.
I think she's getting pushed into it by... I was trying to think of the Lord's spirit in her brain or something, whatever that guy...
The Lord's in his brain or her brain.
Scriptures, the terms where it says he fills you with the Holy Ghost, it's actually a sexual term.
Yeah, I think there's so many problems here, and I'm trying to think of well, how do I say this in a nuanced way? But this is the stupidest concept of all time. The idea that you are going to take your monogamous relationship and add a third, but you and your wife are not on the same page, you're not on board, is a absolute recipe for disaster.
I agree with you.
And I would say statistically, I think I've talked about this before, statistically, the odds of a monogamous relationship working are the same as the odds of a open relationship, if you're both on board and if the relationships started out that way.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, you have a monogamous relationship and you have one party that wants it and the other one that's not ready, and the one that wants it is just pushing them towards that. It is a absolute disaster. It shows you where he places her opinion, how much he cares what his wife thinks.
It sounds like he doesn't.
Yeah. I always wonder, how do you locate, if you're that guy, how do you find a wife that is going to be that subservient that she plays into your sick worldview?
Are you wondering why you got this one?
Well, I'm thinking this guy has got his wife searching for another wife that doesn't even speak English. But on my end, if I load the dishwasher wrong, we have some words.
No, actually, it's the reverse. You don't like how I load the dishwasher.
You load it like a monster. I was just making an example.
I just hope that you guys are smart about it this time. Just maybe don't repeat the same thing. Maybe try, I don't know, get to know her a little bit.
Well, I don't understand what the allure is to the Brazilian woman that doesn't speak English. Why are we, if we're wanting, okay, fine, you want a sister wife, or in Garrick's, I imagine for Garrick, he just wants another woman to be with. But there's lots of women in the United States. Why are we going to South America constantly?
Maybe he has a thing for someone there. That's what he likes.
But he married the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl?
That's why he has different preferences. One day he wants that, one day he wants that.
Okay. Okay. But fine. I'll even grant you the idea that he visually has a preference for that, whatever, that body type or that look. But he can't have I guess he can. It's a weird preference if your preference is, I want someone that I can't communicate with. It's not a healthy preference.
But maybe that is the preference, because it's not about actual connection. It's about a love connection.
Okay. Is that why you were connected to me? Just visual?
Yeah.
Primal visual connection?
After everything with Roberta, you, my sister, all the crying and pain you guys are going through, like...
I feel like there's a lot of lives and a lot of emotions at risk here for like a thrill or something, not.
Right, but okay, but here's where I disagree with you. There's not a lot of lives or emotions at stake here. I did not watch the last season, but I have a hard time believing that Garrick and his wife were fully in love with Roberta, or whatever her name was. I have a hard time believing that they're fully in love with this woman that's in Brazil right now, since they don't even speak the same language. So are they really in love, or is it just pure lust? And so if it's just a pure lust deal, were they really that devastated when it fell through? Or are they just acting? Is this just like a performative thing? Garrick wants to get his rocks off with another woman, and so this is all just
David,
What?
you're so vulgar.
Rocks off? I thought that was like a nice way I could say it. The first episode, he was explaining how his semen somehow coats his wife's brain. I mean, okay? The guy is a lunatic that is creating this whole thing so that he can have a little strange, right? That's what's going on here. And then his wife's brother is like having an actual conversation about it. I think your brothers would beat my ass. You know?
I don't know if they would. I'm curious.
They should.
Being in this world, you start to hear different things about ethical non-monogamy. And with this connection with Ashley, I've decided, why the hell not?
Ethical non-monogamy is different than a sister wife, right? Because it's just ethical non-monogamy just means that you can have, it's an open relationship as long as everybody's considerate and everybody knows about it, but it's not a marriage the way polygamy would be, right? Right? Am I right about that?
I don't know the answer.
I think I'm right about that.
I'm going to do however you can make a salad vegan and gluten-free and soy-free.
Oh, yikes.
David.
Vegan free, what did she say? Vegan, gluten, and soy free?
Oh,
That's rough. I don't mean to alienate any of my audience, but if you have that many rules, you are a burden. Sorry. Okay, let me say it this way. I do think, okay, I'm half kidding. I do think if you have that many food requirements, that you are very comfortable taking up space and having needs. It's a little bit, look at me, I need a special treatment and special care. Can I not say that?
I mean,
True.
I think I 100% agree with you.
Yeah?
And sometimes I'm that person.
What do you mean?
Because, like, I want a salad that doesn't have dairy on it. So, like, when I'm, like...
Okay, but she said, like, no dairy. She wanted vegan. What'd she say? No soy, vegan, and no something else.
And gluten-free.
And gluten-free. It's like, okay, how many... You just want air? Here's a cold water.
Me or not, but like obviously if this is gonna work with Ashley and I, like Shane and I do need to actually like be on the same page and like get along and have some sort of camaraderie at minimum.
Wait, hold on. So she just wants to be with Ashley. She wants no romantic relationship with him.
Right.
Did I miss that from the last time? Is that all about? I thought they were going to be a throuple.
No. I don't think so. She's the only one that's bi. She's bi, so she wants another person. But I think he's very uncomfortable with this. Especially when he was like, I just thought you wanted to steal Ashley.
Okay. So this is just Ashley saying, can I have a side piece?
Mm-hmm.
And he has no option to be with this new woman.
I don't know.
Am I tracking that?
I don't know what it sounds like she's disinterested in him.
Well, if I were coaching him up, what I would say is this like super beta, submissive, deferential, oh gee, this is how I feel. Oh, I felt this way a little bit, and I'm like this, like he's very soft, feels unattractive. Like that's not, do you know what I mean? He's going so far out of his way to be kind of nice and supportive of, I think, his wife and this new woman, that I think it makes him, it's making him easy to step on.
Yeah.
You agree? What do you think? Yeah.
Well, the reason I said yeah is like I think it's okay for him to not be masculine, like, but I also think he's just so insecure right now that it's taking up a lot of space, and he has a right to be that way, and this is very awkward for him, I'm sure, but he's trying to support his wife. So that's why I said yeah. I agree with you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
Well, like I think you don't have to be alpha all the time. You can be beta. It's okay to be beta. You were saying he's so beta.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you don't. It's okay.
Well, it's okay, but it's not serving him.
No.
Like I don't mean that you have to be quote unquote alpha male, but I'm just saying that he's not advocating for himself. His position here is, oh, please, I hope you don't take my wife from me. Mm-hmm. Versus, hey, I'm the husband here, and here's what I expect. Do you know, like his position is so deferential that he's going to get stepped on.
Yeah,
which is the opposite of what he's wanting.
And his needs will not be getting met in this situation.
And
nor do they really care.
Because right. I mean, I think this is a nightmare. I think his wife is a nightmare. So I'm. There's a lot of things wrong, but it's just like he's remarkably deferential, soft, and my language was beta, mm-hmm. And I think that allows people, I would imagine, in every area of his life to walk all over him.
Yeah.
I heard there hasn't been much.
Oh gosh. Oh my God. Stop it.
Touchy-feely stuff? I mean, is there a reason? I
don't know. How weird is that? Stop it.
I know. If he would just say it.
I'm a coach in the personal development field.
For God's sakes. She's a coach. She's a life coach.
You know who else was? Jody Hildebrandt.
True. I'm concerned because you know what else I am?
Oh, I know, but you're a psychologist.
I know, but if I go, oh, what do you do? And I go, I'm an executive coach. People think
you're Jody Hildebrandt.
Or Jody Hildebrandt or this woman.
Ooh.
Like I communicate with the universe, and it's called channeling.
Okay. That's interesting.
Interested to see how you react to this.
Ashley's not happy with his performance.
It wasn't a good facial expression.
No.
He does not have a good poker face.
No, he doesn't. And she also seems like it was a gotcha moment. I felt like she was trying to get him to, like, you know how there's those people that like again, it goes back to like her way she ordered. Mm-hmm.
That wants to be so different, and then like feel like they're so different that you cannot possibly understand them.
Yes,
that's what I think she's.
That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's her gotcha because she's thinking, look how short-sighted he is.
Yeah, I'm so deep.
She's got the
I am so deep with my channeling and my
communicates with the universe.
Vegan, soy-free,
yes,
gluten-free, dairy-free diet. I'm so deep.
Yeah.
I actually want to have a diet like that, though. It's like it's supposed to help your energy.
I'm trying to think if I were in his shoes how I'd respond to this. Because I think I would be like, oh, you're not data oriented, are you? I'm not sure what the right. I don't know how you.
I know exactly. This. You'd be like, oh, tell me more, and then you'd come home and be like, oh my God, crazy. That is probably
what I would do.
But you're very good at making people feel like heard in the moment. She would never get a getcha with you.
Gotcha.
A gotcha.
Yeah. But internally, I'd be like,
and for me, I would be like, I don't have a good poker face, so I'd be like,
yeah, you'd be like him.
why do you not eat all that stuff? Is it F pies?
Or F pies.
People that can't eat stuff.
So you understand what therapy is, yeah?
Yeah, but that's like talking to somebody and then they basically fixing your problems.
No, therapy.
Well, you fix your problems.
I'm sorry,
They
have you
just-
been
they
to a
mediate.
therapist before?
Have not.
Okay, that shows.
We're getting a little snippy here.
Okay, can I have
Yeah.
some thoughts.
Yes.
She's judgy. You know those
Because she's insecure.
Yeah, but you know those people that are always saying like, they're always saying like, oh, that person is judgy, but it's really them that's the judgy one. I
Yes.
feel like she's that person.
Yes.
So she throws stuff out there for people to judge, and then she gets mad, but she's the judgy one. Also, have you noticed that she hasn't asked him any questions about himself?
That's true. Yes.
She has zero interest in getting to know him. He's trying.
Mm-hmm. I do think he's trying.
Mm-hmm.
What made you look at this lifestyle and be like, hell yes, that's a great idea?
Yeah, sure. I want Ashley to be happy first and foremost.
I think I think I just have to say it's a major problem in any relationship when you're not able to appropriately advocate for yourself and what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's so unhealthy that he obviously is not wanting this, but he's allowing his relationship to change dramatically because it's what his wife wants. And he's not able to stand up for what he believes and what he needs. And as a consequence, he's going to be very unhappy in the relationship.
This is serious business here, so I like to dress the part.
Stop it. Is that how he dresses for his parenting role?
Well, I feel like she must never have sped up on him.
Right.
I do feel like if you are not breastfeeding, no. They get you so messy all the time. They throw
100%.
food.
After what happened with Roberta and seeing how it broke your heart,
Yeah.
I don't want that to hinder us, but that more than my heart being hurt, I don't want your heart to be hurt, you know?
Wholly codependent. What do you think?
I just feel like there's not a lot of depth happening in this show.
It does lack the. I complained about
I'm bored
Sister
by
Wives.
this conversation.
Yes.
A lot of Has she? I mean, we wanted her to date somebody else,
Yeah. Yeah.
I asked God, should Natalia be a wife? And I don't know how to explain it, just like a wind and presence of God just filled the whole garage. And
Did she feel the same wind blow?
Yeah,
Was that just gas?
Yeah, he was passing gas. Jeez, this guy, it was probably God being like, what are you two doing?
Samantha and Sam are both saying don't propose. They just want us to be thoughtful and just not do something stupid. We don't have to think about all they have to say because waiting around to commit to people, I don't do that. So
I tell you what, for these religious people, they really know how to leverage their faith to get whatever they want. It's like a remarkable rationalization tool.
He did it. Yeah.
These people want me to be thoughtful. They want me to make a healthy decision.
Faithful decision.
Oh, faithful. But I don't do that. I don't take time before I propose to somebody.
I just go all in.
Because God came in the garage and told me to do it.
eventually God has the right people, right women to be sisters and wives. And I hope it's Natalia. I do.
That he sleeps with Natalia before the wedding. I bet you on this trip he sleeps with her.
I want to bet against you, but I think I'm with you.
We know how to do things, right?
So, okay, no, sometimes y'all don't.
No, we do. That's just your opinion again, because you're perfect.
I think there is definitely a very unhealthy relation. There's an unhealthy past between him and his mom, I think. There's enough sort of contempt back and forth Because the mom's not being unreasonable.
No, but he has a lot of contempt at her.
I don't want to make a decision in an emotional mindset.
I mean, it's a no for me, so.
And I respect that and certainly take that into consideration.
Yeah, it's a hard no for me. Oh, well, I appreciate that, and I care what you think, husband. I'll think about your perspective.
It's hard for me to think that she's a mental health professional because it doesn't feel like she's taking into consideration the mental health of her husband.
I would love to interview her cohort in medical school. I imagine.
She's just very inconsiderate of her husband.
Very.
And it's like, but like, the turmoil you're causing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and does not care.
Well, I think you are scared because it's like, well, what if it doesn't work out? Because there's always that possibility, but that doesn't mean you still shouldn't do something.
What if it's too soon?
It's still a blessing no matter what, you know.
I'm struggling because when he talks, he seems like he's not the most sophisticated thinker, but yet he runs this. He's a builder. Like he's a smart guy, but his ability to like think about relationships and social dynamics is really lacking.
Oh yes, and bringing your kids on this trip, I just am.
They'll be talking about it with their therapists later on.
No.
The Mexican government's giving them problems, but the Mexican websites, government websites, don't say anything. So it's like, who knows what's going on?
Is he crying?
He's in love, David.
Oh, for God's sakes.
That's when she very matter-of-factly just told me, she said, no, I'm moving out. I've got my own apartment, and I'm leaving.
How can they act all like they were pushing her to do something she didn't want to do? They weren't like very considerate about it. Now they're crying. You guys bug.
I do feel like the trouble with this show is that I don't believe anybody.
I know.
It's hard to like really care about anybody because you're like, oh, stop it.
I felt like Nicole was very honest. She was like,
I'm not interested. Thank you.
It just makes me wonder, what could I have done better?
Not push her to get another wife?
Yeah, I got a crazy idea. Listen to her.
Not be a bully?
Life is too short, and I don't think anyone should be where they don't feel is right for them.
I thought that was a boring episode. Did you like it?
I feel like everyone's so surface.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
They need to build the characters better.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do it again next week, or another one.
Yeah.
We'll do another episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Love you.
Love you.